Hello, I'm Melanie Nakagawa. Welcome to Let's Talk Sustainability. Today I'm excited to kick off our Customer Zero series about Microsoft's experience using our own data solutions to guide and inform our sustainability progress while making those solutions stronger for our customers. With me is Erika Basham, Director of Sustainability Product Strategy, whose work has been integral to this journey. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
At Microsoft, sustainability has been a core business value for over a decade. In 2020, we set ambitious targets to become carbon negative, water positive, and zero waste, and to protect ecosystems, all by 2030. Since then, we have voluntarily reported our progress and shared our learnings to hopefully help others on their sustainability journey. While working to reach our own goals, we've become acutely aware of the role a solid data foundation has in driving meaningful reductions and business transformation. We believe that organizations that incorporate environmental, social, and governance, or ESG data, insights into their operations and decision-making are best positioned to drive progress. Today, Erika is going to share how Microsoft has approached building and optimizing that data foundation for our company and our customers. So let's dive in. Data is one of the biggest challenges organizations face, including for us at Microsoft. And we know that to onboard ESG data, we need buy-in from the people who manage it. When I first started at Microsoft, some of my early meetings were with my team members who lead our corporate sustainability reporting. These are some of the things I learned. First, in order to get accurate, actionable sustainability data, we need technology solutions that enable robust data collection and analysis. And second, we also need strong partnerships across our business. We need to support our partners across the business and demonstrate why this is important for Microsoft and our customers. Our sustainability reporting team has played a critical role in this journey. They enable us to gain a wealth of historical sustainability data, track progress, and inform our Microsoft Cloud for Sustainability solution development, establishing Microsoft as Customer Zero. Thanks to this work, we now have a great perspective to share with other organizations that are just getting started with their sustainability data collection or working to harmonize their data across their business. Now, Erika, you've made a career in taking hard problems and turning them into engineering and product opportunities. Can you share how Microsoft started unpacking this opportunity for sustainability?
Absolutely. Well, when Microsoft rolled out our company-wide sustainability reporting initiative, we were faced with several questions. Who did we need to work with to get the information we needed? What information did we need to collect? Where was that information living? And how were we going to collect and manage that information in a way that we could make sense of it? Once we understood who our primary internal stakeholders and partners were, we looked to the regulations and industry-wide frameworks like the Global Reporting Initiative, otherwise known as GRI, and the Greenhouse Gas Protocol, or GHG Protocol, to help inform our data collection strategy. The old adage applies: you can't monitor what you can't measure.
That makes a lot of sense, considering that these frameworks were really meant to serve as guidelines, ideally to simplify complex processes. But isn't that complexity caused by both the volume and the variety of the data that's needed?
That's right. You can imagine how big this data footprint is, given we operate in over 100 countries globally, and our supply chain spans both software and hardware, with Surface and Xbox in addition to our data centers. So early on, we got a lot of incomplete and incomparable data from various sources in all sorts of formats. Take utilities data as an example. We are doing business all over the world, and the way utilities data looks from region to region is different. So as a result, we spent upwards of 70% of our time cleaning up this data to ensure we were working with accurate, comparable information before we could do any type of analysis.
Wow, that's a lot of time to invest. I imagine our customers are spending a lot of time doing this too. So, did you get value from this?
We did. We immediately saw the need for better efficiency and scalability to improve the quality of the data we were receiving without compromising the accuracy. We discovered we needed more robust tooling and policies around data collection. We went to our partners and said, here are the core metrics that we need. so we can make sure we get to aligned, conform data across all of these suppliers. It's an effort to drive uniformity to the data so that we can consolidate it, do analysis, report progress, and audit it. What became a game changer for us was introducing data contracts with our internal data providers. With this, we were able to leverage Microsoft's existing technology stack and partner with our engineering team to develop built-for-purpose solutions. Once we had all of this data in our lake and it was cleaned, it unlocks a lot of analysis opportunities.
Wow, that's really interesting. And it's clear how clean data can open up a lot of opportunities. Before we jump into technologies, can you share a little bit more about these data contracts? Why were they introduced?
Data contracts were the data formatting guidelines that our team developed for our internal data providing partners to follow. Introducing these contracts increased efficiency and reduced a lot of the back and forth. We also included reporting timelines, which helped ensure we were working with complete data from all over the company when we were running our analysis and preparing our reports.
Great. So now that we've got the data, what came next? You mentioned relying on a lot of existing Microsoft technologies for this next step.
Yes, all critical for making use of that data. As you can imagine, a company the size of Microsoft produces a lot of sustainability data from across all of our global operations and facilities. Not only did we want to streamline our data management processes, we also needed a way to store it that was accessible to run calculations and complex analysis, and we wanted to report this all in an easy-to-understand way. Luckily, Microsoft has a long history of building integrated solutions that could be used in just this scenario. We have been able to leverage Microsoft SharePoint, Power Apps, Power Automate, and Azure SQL for data collection. And with Azure Data Lake, Azure Synapse Analytics, and Cosmos DB, we are able to validate and store the data we receive. We also implemented advanced analytics and visualization tools using Azure Analytics, Power BI, Power Query, and Excel that enable us to generate custom-built reports and dashboards that provide meaningful insights and actionable recommendations. These technologies enable us to identify trends and patterns in the data, and it's really a full-service Microsoft story.
That's incredible. And can you help us understand where the Microsoft Cloud for Sustainability fits into all of this?
Absolutely. Data's value increases exponentially when it enables analysis and unlocks insights. We needed technology tools to make sense of all the data and unlock our ability to make these actionable insights and report progress towards our sustainability targets. We needed a calculation engine, as an example, and so we use Microsoft Sustainability Manager. As Customer Zero, we share our observations with our engineering team, including help spec and write out feature requirements.
It sounds like this feedback loop based on the experiences of our own internal operations is really valuable and useful to inform the future capabilities within the Microsoft Cloud for Sustainability.
It really is. It's important to emphasize that Microsoft Cloud for Sustainability is a built-for-purpose solution. It enables organizations to accelerate sustainability progress and business growth by bringing together ESG capabilities from within Microsoft and our global ecosystem of partners. Microsoft Sustainability Manager now provides richer capabilities for usability, security, goal tracking, and more, based on feedback from Microsoft's own sustainability team and other customers. I think it's also important to note that Sustainability Manager supports carbon, water, and waste data as well, and the team is doing amazing work in response to new regulations like CSRD coming online, which asks some pretty complex questions. And we're excited about new functionality like CSRD template in Microsoft Purview Compliance Manager, what-if analysis, and the ESG value chain solution. Based on all we've learned about optimizing our own workloads for maximum sustainability benefits, we've also created best practice guidance for customers that are deploying Sustainability Manager. This is the well-architected for sustainability guidance available to help organizations build Sustainability Manager workloads using proven, scalable principles.
Could you share another example of how Microsoft's sustainability team influenced the roadmap for the Cloud for Sustainability solutions?
Absolutely. We have our own data lake, so we knew customers were going to need it too. Project ESG Lake, which is now available in preview, is a solution which collects an organization's ESG data into a single comprehensive data estate that streamlines data calculations and holistic analysis, reporting, and diagnostic efforts as well. ESG goals can often span multiple spheres across carbon, water, and waste on the environmental side, and then adding the S in social and the G in governance. As a result, these data estates can get big quickly, so it's important to have a comprehensive data strategy and data models to enable all of that disparate data to relate to one another. This is one example of many. The main takeaway is that solutions like these, as well as our strong partnerships, will enable us to continue to evolve our overall sustainability data and reporting strategy based on what we've learned and in response to emerging ESG reporting regulations.
Thank you so much, Erika, for taking the time to take us through our own data evolution, your insights, and your experiences as Customer Zero, and how it plays such an important role in shaping the roadmap and practical use of Microsoft's Cloud for Sustainability solutions. Just as sustainability reporting requirements are evolving, so too are our capabilities to meet these reporting needs. It helps us ensure that the company is effectively measuring, reporting, and taking action toward our sustainability goals. As Erika has shared, our sustainability data and reporting strategy continues to evolve based on our own learnings and experiences, as well as those by our customers and partners. At Microsoft, we believe that sustainability is crucial for businesses to thrive in the long term. Organizations are encouraged to take a holistic approach to sustainability, incorporating environmental, social, and governance considerations into their operations and decision-making processes, and we are eager to partner with them on this journey. We are also using technology to drive progress towards a more sustainable future. We are committed to helping customers and partners reduce their environmental footprint through cloud-based tools like the Cloud for Sustainability. Thank you so much for joining us.